Hello, I'm Ken Bradley with AVR Properties. And today I'm going to talk about the types of fraud that you have to be careful when you have your own home up for rent. Most of you are aware that there will be people that will lie and say they don't smoke when they do, or they have a pet and they said they didn't. And you have to check their background with your application to make sure who they really are and what their background is to try and keep this fraud to a minimum or totally eliminated, hopefully. But there's other types of fraud that can affect you as a landlord. Of course, they could add more occupants to the house after they move in, and that's additional wear. So, but that's fairly easily dealt with as well. But while you have a house up for rent, there are people looking for ways to make money off your vacant house. One of the ways they do that is to advertise your house for rent for a whole lot less than you are renting it. And they will send out applications. They ask people to drive by and take a look at the house. Typically the story is they're out of the area and they can't show the house, but look at it from the outside, and if you're interested, here's the application. You can send them the money, and they may tell you even that it's okay for you to move in. You get a locksmith to open the house up for you. When you get back to your house, you find you already have occupants there, and they're not your occupants. There's some ways to guard against that, but it's one of the things you have to be really careful. You also have to be careful about people getting into your house and pretending they live there. You give somebody a key and you tell them to go out and take a look, and they don't bring the key back. Next thing you know, you go out there and they say they live there, and of course you call the cops, and the cops come out there and they say, "We live here." And the cops say, "Well, okay." And they turn to you and say, "Well, we can't do anything. They say they live here." There are steps that can be taken, but you have to be careful that this doesn't occur to you. You can even have people break in to a house. You could catch them inside the house. There's not much to loot, but they might be looking around to see what they can take anyway. You can call the police. The police will show up, but they'll say, "Well, we didn't actually see them break in. There's nothing we can do." You'll tell them that you want to do a citizen's arrest, and the police will take down the information and they'll write the citation. However, in Alameda County, the district attorney never prosecutes. So at least you get them out of the house with the police. The police recognizes that it is a vacant house and that there was a break-in. But that's about as far as that goes. But you need to stay on top of all of these factors to make sure that you don't have the problems that become horror stories, that people show up to my office and they say, can you help me?" And yes, we can, but avoidance is better. This is Ken Bradley at AVR Properties. Thanks for listening. If you have any questions, give us a call.